Hey there, welcome back everyone. Made enough videos that I had to recycle a shirt finally. Made wearing this one in my first video. So, that's a little achievement, I guess. I don't know. Um, I'm back today to talk more about Contagious, Why Things Catch On by Jonah Berger. Um, I realized that there are six principles, like I said, and I only covered the first two. So I figured I might as well cover all six eventually. And we're going to be starting by going into the next two, which is public and practical value. If you haven't seen the first video, you can go back on my channel and watch it. I touched base on the introduction, who Jonah Berger is, what the book's about, the first two principles, which are social currency and triggers. Super interesting stuff, and I think it'd help a lot of people, so give that a watch. So let's hop into public. So the idea behind publicity is, can people see when other people are using our product or engaging in desired behaviors? By making things more public, we also make them easier to imitate, which leads to increased chances of popularity, right? This is an important idea because the power of social proof is very real. As I said, this relates with social currency that I talked about earlier. What does it look like to other people when we use these products? We tend to look towards others for ideas and inspiration, and just think of a restaurant with a long line. What's the first assumption that anybody would make, right? I know I do it a lot. It's that the restaurant's probably pretty good, right? But that doesn't mean that's 100% the case. Berger states that the two important components of social proof are self-advertising, which consists of making a product service idea that advertises itself. A good example of this that I found while reading his book is white Apple earbuds. At the time, the majority of competitors were strictly making black headphones, but Apple decided to release theirs white because they knew it would make them stick out in crowds, and people could easily identify them as Apple earbuds, right? If you saw black earbuds, you didn't know if they're from Sony, Samsung, who, but if you saw these white pair, you knew right away that it was Apple, right? So they were advertising themselves to other people. The second aspect is behavioral residue, which is the aftermath of behaviors and showcases what people engage in. With the election just happening this year, not that I'm American, I'm Canadian, but I've seen plenty on the news of people wearing I voted stickers and pins. So this is like showcasing, like, oh, I did this and now I have this, and it's sticking around so people know I did it, right? A super cool example that is super common in Canada, let me tell you, is Lululemon. And instead of offering disposable bags, not really, that places really do that super often nowadays, at least not plastic ones, but Lululemon offered reusable bags with purchases, right? So these bags are often used for activities that have nothing to do with Lululemon or clothing line or exercise wear, right? You see people taking them for grocery shopping, and I'm sure they love the ban of disposable plastic bags, because I've seen so many people using Lululemon for grocery shopping nowadays. And this allows for Lululemon's behavioral residue to give free advertising of their brand, grocery shopping has nothing to do with pants or clothing, but you see it everywhere, and it always kind of reminds you of, oh, okay, there's Lululemon, and it's always in your mind, right? Moving to practical value. The idea behind practical value is pretty straightforward. How can we craft something that is useful? The author found that through research, people tend to like helping other people, and if we can showcase how our product service idea can help people be more efficient, improve health, save money, then they will want to spread the word about it, right? There's no better feeling than telling your friend about something and then, them telling you they loved it, makes you feel good. An interesting strategy to look at is reference points. So Berger gives an example that if you paid 10 cents for an ice cream cone in the 50s, then that would be your reference point, and it makes paying $4 today for an ice cream cone seem a lot worse because you were used to that 10 cents. Right now it just seems like such a jump. And that's the reason why companies like Amazon will show the original price next to the discounted price of items, because it sets a reference point. If you just see the discounted price of, say it's $13 now, and you never knew the original price, then you don't know how much you're getting off. But if you see if it was $20, then you're like, wow, you set the reference point and get $7 off. That's pretty good, right? Another interesting thing to look at is diminishing sensitivity and discounts. So Berger makes the example of getting something worth $20 for $10 compared to getting something worth $1,000 for $990. 10 instead of 20 seems awesome. That's half off, right? You're saving $10. But we see 1,910. It's also saving $10. But when we think about it, it doesn't nearly seem like the same idea, right? The amount of money being saved, even though it's the same amount, just seems not nearly as valuable. And that's because of the reference point. 20 to 10 seems a lot better than 1,000 to 990. And finally, the rule of 100, which as I was reading this, I agreed with him. He posed the question first, let you give your answers, then told you the answer, and I actually got this right, and it makes sense. The rule of 100 follows the idea that if something costs less than $100, discounts seem more valuable in the form of percentages, right? So say if something is $50, it's 10% off. It seems better than saying $5 off, right? But whereas with dollar terms seem more valuable for items that are worth more than 100. So say if something's worth 200 and it's 25% off, it seems a lot more valuable hearing it's $40 off, right? Than the 25%. So I think those are all good displays of good strategies to showcase your value to your consumers, just because they're little things that you can change. That this doesn't cost them a lot of money to implement, right? So yeah, I hope you guys liked those next two principles, and I'm going to be reading the next two in the next episode. Yeah, so let me know. I recommend the book. It's really good. It's a really good read. Yeah, tell me what you think. If you agree with the Rule 100, like I said, that made total sense to me before even reading that. So yeah, let me know. Thanks for watching.